Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. If you are just seeing my face for the very first time, hi, my name is Fikemi, and if you're a returning subscriber or reviewer, thank you so much for joining me once again. Now, from the title, today I'm going to be talking about ball pens, specifically made in Nigeria ball pens. Now, I'm that kind of person. I'm very finicky about the kind of pens I use because they have to be a certain nib size or a certain grip size, or have certain grip sizes, or just have a certain flow on paper. So when I saw these pens and how affordable they were, and the fact that they were made in Nigeria, I just said, okay, you know what, I have to try the entire line. And these are the Vista International set of pens. These are 4 different styles made by the same company, so I'll get more into that in the video. But if you are interested in knowing what these kind of pens or ballpoint pens are, how they write, how they perform on paper, and how they would affect your style of writing or your style of script writing, then keep on watching. Shout out to X Club for this beautiful t-shirt I have on today. I don't know why you people sent me white. Like, my background is white. You could have used another color. But all the same, thank you so much. Let me stand up so that you can get a look at this little X astronaut floating in space. Yeah. But anyway, thank you to the team at Infinix, at X Club. You can find me on the X Club platform, the X Club app, or the web site. Fikemi Akinyo is my handle. Just X Club is an app where you can get up-to-date information on gadgets or even happenings in the society, entertainment news, and so much more. Moving on, now these are the 4 pens sold by Vista International Limited here in Nigeria. The very first one I got was the Vista Dollar, followed by the Vista Maxx, and followed closely by the Vista Trio and the Vista TRX3. Now, these 3, Max, Dollar, and Trio, are sold individually, while the TRX3 is sold in a pack of 12. So I had to get a pack of 12, but I only got this in black. So I only got this in black. Now, these pens come in 4 different colors. There's the black, blue, traditional, and then there's red and green, but I don't use red and green pens, so I didn't get those ones. So I'm just going to go in depth into each of the colors of these pens. And so I'm just going to be testing out these pens or trying out these pens on paper so that you can have an in-depth look into how these pens write and if the pens actually fit your script or style of writing. I know there are some people that prefer fine nibs, and there are people that prefer medium ballpoint nibs or tips for their pens. So if that's something that you're interested in, then join me on my writing table. So let's start with black. This is the Vista Dollar. It has this barcode with Vista Dollar written on it. It has a round barrel for easy gripping of the pen. I actually like the design on the barrel, and it has 0.7 mm ballpoint or needlepoint tip, which is actually quite fine for as far as pen nib sizes go, because it has $F written on it. But it's a very small, smart pen that has a very distinct click to close feature. Now, I'm a very light-handed writer. Like, the way I write, I literally put no pressure whatsoever on paper or on anything I'm writing. That's why the table is shaking. But this pen size actually worked so well for my handwriting. The ink, the pen, the nib, everything just glid across the page, and I had just very seamless flow when it came to my handwriting. Now, this is the Vista Maxx in black as well. It looks very similar to the Vista Dollar with the barcode and whatnot, but the pen itself is a little bit bigger in terms of the width of the barrel. Now, it has a 1-inch grip that I really appreciate. That fact that the grip of this pen is actually very comfortable. It's a hexagon It has a hexagonal shape, and it also has this very easy click to close feature, and it's a 0.7 nib pen as well. Now the script of this is very similar to the Vista Dollar. It has eco-friendly ink, so it doesn't smear. It dries up pretty fast, and yes, it literally worked with my no pressure, very simple handwriting. I'm the kind of person that I usually use 0.1 or 0.5 or even 0.35 tips to write, and I don't have any discomfort using those. I'm actually more comfortable using finer tips. So this was really good scribble with the Vista Maxx. Now this is the Vista Trio. The barrel size is actually quite bigger than the Maxx and the Dollar, and the grip is smaller, but this is a medium ballpoint pen. This is a 1.0 mm ballpoint tip, and because it has a triangular shape to the barrel, the cover is actually quite unique. So if you don't fit it in properly, it actually wouldn't close. It also has a very soft click to close compared to the Maxx and the Dollar. Now this, because I'm not usually used to writing with 1.0 nibs, I don't find using those kind of nib sizes easy to write with, because I don't know, it just makes my script feel heavy. Now, even though this pen skipped at the beginning of using it, it actually flowed really well on the page, and the ink was just this really rich shade of black. It was so deep, and the tip or the nib felt so buttery on the page, and it was just an easy write. The grip is very comfortable. I didn't have any issues holding the pen, and the ink dried up pretty fast as well, like the Maxx and the Dollar. So the Trio was really easy to use. Now this is the very last in the black series. This is the Vista TRX3 Write with Style. It actually looks very similar to the Vista Trio. Everything is literally the same about it. The nib size, it has a 1.0 nib size and a very small grip, and also the triangular shape to the pen that has this very unique closing mechanism. Now this particular pen, I don't know how to feel about it, maybe because of everything that's going on the body. It's not a kind of pen I would gravitate towards, but you see how this pen writes. The nib was just so buttery against the sheet of paper. It was very smooth. The ink didn't break. It was just this really deep shade of black. But if it's one thing with larger nibs, when it comes to how fast and how light my script is, it's very hard to actually make corrections and not actually see the corrections being made. So moving on to the blues of the collection, this is the Vista Dollar in blue. I actually like the shade of blue that these pens come in. It looks exactly like the black. It's a 0.7 mm tip. It has an NSTC tip with a round body, a round barrel for easy gripping, and it's like the black that I just reviewed, the blue was an easy write as well. It was very smooth. It was a little bit scratchy against the sheet of paper, but that's if you put a little bit more pressure on it. But if you write with less pressure, then you would find that using 0.7 nibs are actually quite easy to write with. The only thing I didn't really like about this pen is the color of the shade of the ink. I'm not a fan of purple blue ink. I prefer blue ink, but that's just me. Now this is the Vista Maxx in blue. It's the exact same shade, color of packaging as the Vista Dollar in blue as well, but it looks exactly like the Vista Black. It has this 1-inch grip, and a hexagonal body that has this very unique click to close, and the ink was just like the Vista Dollar. I'd like to think that the pens are the same, but the round barrel and the hexagonal barrel makes the difference in the two pens, and the size of the pen itself, or the width of the barrel, and the fact that one has a very pronounced grip and the other doesn't. Now, this was very easy to write with. My script flowed really well. My handwriting was just on point. Like, look at it looking pointish, but it's the same color of ink as the Dollar, the same purple blue type of ink. So if that's that's the kind of blue you like, then this pen is for you. Now, this is the Vista Trio in blue. It has the same shade of blue. I think they're all the same shade of blue, and it has the exact same features as the black, with this very unique close feature because it has a triangular barrel. Now, this blue was just a gem. I mean, I know I don't like writing with 0.1 pens or 1.0 mm pens, but this was actually very, very smooth on the sheet of paper. And even though it literally makes my handwriting look heavier, if you compare how I wrote with the Maxx and the Dollar, but I don't mind because this was literally very smooth. Unlike the black, this didn't skip on the paper, so maybe it was just new pen syndrome, but this was very, very comfortable and very easy to write with. Now, I didn't get the Vista TRX3 in blue because I had to buy a full pack of 12 of the black, but I'm sure as buttery and as smooth as the black was, I'm sure the blue would actually be the same. Now, if it's one thing the Vista Maxx and Vista Dollar have in common, is that you can get them in different colors of the pen itself, not the ink. The different colors of the pens come in only blue ink. So you can get this in blue. So I went ahead to get this in army green and gray, just to, have a little bit of color in my life of pens. Yeah, so that's just it. So if you've used any of these pens before, let me know in the comment section. I will be reading. If it's one thing, Nigerian pens, if it's one thing, it's very hard to get Nigerian, made in Nigeria pens. You actually have pens that have been imported into the country that have very poor reviews, but this actually has a pass mark in my books. So let me know. I'll be in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.